a business, the place you got to grow today is on Instagram, because that's where everybody's going. You got to go where the fish are biting. You understand? You got to become known. You got to become famous. You got to become a person of interest. And right now, I really feel like there's nobody better in the country than this person. I personally use him. A lot of our monster producers personally use him to help them grow their followings so we can get more eyeballs, so we can help more people. You follow me? So from Miami, Florida, let's please welcome Mr. Cody Kearns.
Appreciate you, Coach.
Thank you.
Thank
Proud
you.
of you.
Am I using this?
You're going to need that.
Okay, so my sales journey, I'm big on sales, and I'll get into that in a second, but started in 6th grade. So I'm going to try and make my story entertaining here. 6th grade, I started selling chewing gum. I think Derek mentioned it about controlling the space, right? If you're mowing lawns, why don't you do the gutters too? So I figured if I'm going to sell gum, I'm going to get all my friends to sell gum for me. Within a year, I was able to buy my own smartphone, control the space. Our business got shut down when we were at a school dance. They thought we were selling drugs. My friend had gum taped all up and down his legs. I mean, we were selling gum for $2 to $5 a pack. I was bringing home a couple $100 a week at 12 years old. So I was making more money in 6th grade than when I was 20, which I'll get into. Those skills, I went through high school. I was always selling stuff, never could really stick a job. I worked at Dunkin' Donuts and things like that, and always just tried to find the easy route of who my mom knew that could get me a job, and I hated all of it. It was not my passion. It's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to sell. I wanted to create, and I wanted to just control the space I was being a part of. So went to high school, sold things I shouldn't have sold, electronics. Went into college for 1 year. I almost got expelled. Huge turning point in my life. I was so scared about what I had done. I was facing being expelled, like I said, potentially going to jail. I was selling drugs at 18 years old. And at that moment, when I called my mom and I was like, hey, I have to go in front of the board, and like all this stuff was happening, I think that was a big decision for me. I was like, I'm dropping out of school. I don't know what's going to happen next. I don't know what I'm doing, but this is not for me. It's not who I am. I was around the wrong people doing the wrong things. And that summer, school ended in May. So about 2 months later, I got introduced to a network marketing company. And it's how I met my partner now, Jeremy, who runs the current company with me. So that journey, network marketing, I took all those skills. That company faded out. I applied to work for Grant Cardone. So I made maybe 10 grand in 2.5 years in the network marketing company. I always tried to live off of the friends that were making more money. Like this guy, Jeremy, did pretty well for a young age. A bunch of 19 to 20-year-olds making anywhere from 30 to, we had friends making 300 grand. It opened my eyes to what sales could do. Took those skills, went to a corporate job. I wanted to sell, wouldn't let me sell. Quit on a limb, 5 grand. I moved down to South Florida and I applied to work for Grant Cardone on whatever it takes. So I was on his TV show. I was convinced I was gonna win. Like I'd convinced myself, I'm going so far into this. I'm moving my entire life down here at 20 years old. I'm gonna be the youngest guy in his office. I'm gonna be the salesman. I'm gonna go and crush it. And he crushed my dreams. I got kicked off. I came in 4th place. That moment, again, another loss, right? So school, the network marketing company, the corporate job, they wouldn't let me sell. Now Grant is telling me that I can do this. All this happened within 3 years because I was trying to condense time, right? I was trying to condense time as much as I could to find the best opportunity for who would let me sell, right? I wanted to get around people like these guys, at 20 years old, because I needed to get ahead of my friends. I needed to get ahead. I didn't want to be the guy that dropped out and failed. So didn't get the job with Grant. Now I think I was 20, maybe 21 at this point. Maybe $1,000 left in my bank. I was boiling water, doing the tuna and peanut butter stuff. And that same day I got kicked off the show, I sat down with my friend. I said, what does the marketplace need? Because that's one thing I picked up from Grant. He's like, figure out what the marketplace needs, raise your value, marketplace will pay you. Social media marketing. 4 years ago, this is before Ty Lopez, before Grant was really, really big. I remember, I think you did a thing like in his little closet. Yeah. So this is 4+ years ago. This is April 1st, 2015, a little over 4 years ago. We sat down, we came up with this name, I Come Up Marketing. Because every individual has their own come up. So we thought that was a good little jingle. First 6 months, made almost no money, had to take a loan from my sister for $500. That August, I got my first client for $50 a month. Now, you guys are gonna hear this and be like, I want that $50 a month, because we've raised our prices a lot since then. But 4 years ago, I got my first client at $50. And I took it because I just needed the opportunity to show people how hard I would work for them. I got a $50 PayPal or something like that. And fast forward, I think over the last 4 years, we've done about $3.5 million in revenue. This year we'll do about $3.5 million just this year. So our growth has been more than double every single year. I've decided to invest in the people. I've been told so many times, hey, invest in softwares, invest in this new thing, right? All you guys get that. Once you start making a little bit of money, everyone's got the best idea. Hey, fire your whole team. You and I will team up. We got this crazy software. And there's been so many moments where it sounds really great that I could keep all the money, but that's not how companies work. It's not how businesses work. And I came through that revelation, and I decided to spend more money on people. Now we have 15 people in our office in Miami. We have about 10 people working abroad. Our payroll every week is about $25,000 because I see that going through, and it motivates me as the leader to know that, okay, every month I gotta put up for my team, right? Like this guy, Dorian, the guy filming me, we have managers in our office right now. If he doesn't produce, those people aren't gonna get paid. So I think that's what's driven me to work so hard and try and condense so much action into only a few years, because these people are relying on me, and I've set that up for myself. I've given myself the most responsibility possible, max, maybe even overmax sometimes what I can do, but it's always forced me to level up. So that's my motivating factor. It's always been people. I've just had this vision, like I want to walk in the office and have the big company and do all these things, and it's cool to see it, come to fruition, but I want to give some value too on social media. So who in here uses social media every single day? Facebook, Instagram, okay. How many people are investing into it? Yeah, everyone actually up here, we work together. Is it a coincidence or not? I don't know. Are we really that good, or do they just see the importance in getting more eyes in front of what they're doing? One thing I know is that if you don't get new eyes in what you're doing, how could you ever expand the business, right? How could you ever expand your business if you're not bringing new eyes to your page, to your posts, to whatever it is, your videos? It's impossible. So I see this all the time. I'm like, everyone uses social media, but people are scared to spend money into it because they act like social media is a stock market. People think if I do the $5,000 package, can I expect $10,000 back? Shit, I don't know. Coach, maybe I'll turn 5 into 50. You might lose 5. I don't know. It's not up to me. I don't control if you win. I don't pay your bills. I don't work in your team. I'm gonna service you, provide what I do, and you need to go out and win with it because it's working for people. It works for me. It works for these people. It works for Coach. It works for 400, 500, 600 other of our clients. So it's really up to you if you're gonna win, and it's really on you, taking the bet on yourself of, hey, yeah, I'll put up the 5, 10, 50 grand because I know if I can get 50,000 more eyes, what's that worth? What is that worth to you? I don't know. It could be $50 million. It could be $5 million. Mortgages, it could be a hell of a lot more, millions. So I wanted to do the 3 keys. Jeremy's kind of coined this. The 3 keys to branding. This is free advice. This is what people pay us for. We tell them there's 3 keys to building a successful brand, and it's blending these 3 things. It's going to be your personal life, your business life, and what makes you a normal person, your hobbies, right? So no one wants to see the guy or girl who's always doing business. I think it's unattractive. I think it's very forced. I think in the real estate industry especially, you see pictures and pages with photos of houses and this and the kitchens, and that's great, but who am I going to be working with? Who is James, right? Who is Coach? If Coach was just the coach all the time, and you couldn't even have a conversation about what he likes to do outside of work, you might not work with Coach. I've had people buy from me because they like BMWs. I've had people buy from me because I had a picture with him, I had a picture with Grant, whatever it might be. So blending these 3 aspects of your life is so important. Personal life, business life, hobbies. How you can do it is very simple. Just do 1, 1, 1. One day you're going to post something with your family. The next day you're going to post something at work. The next day you're going to do something, fishing, whatever it might be. I think that alone is worth a few $1,000s just with your existing audience, because when they see you putting in effort, people care. People care that are watching you. They either care or they hate. So you pull out the people that care from the audience, whether you grow your media or not, that's on you. But you have even a few hundred, a few thousand people. You got to pull them out of the woodworks. You got to show them you're going to elevate up, and it actually drags people out of your network that'll come and work with you. Hey, so coach, what are you doing on your social media? You know, people ask him that. People ask all of our clients, and then they end up being able to earn money with us, let alone their own business. So the 3 keys, and then taking those relationships offline. So this is the whole point of social media. No one's going to send you a $50,000 check through a direct message or through a Facebook message. How can you pull that person? How can you gain so much trust from them, just from them seeing you on LinkedIn or Facebook or Instagram, that they'll converse with you, they'll then give you their personal information, they'll schedule an appointment that you can talk to them, and they'll purchase from you on the phone or an in-person meeting. You need a good brand, you need a balanced brand, and you need to build trust with that audience before you'll get the phone number. Now, a lot of people think it's backwards. Hey, I'm investing in my social media. Where are my leads, you know? Where are my leads at? Like, where's the content at? Where are you at? Where can someone see who you are? How can they trust you? How can they believe in you? Through those things, you pull those relationships offline, and it's generated us millions, you know? So it works. Social media works. It's your modern day business card. You need to start leveraging it in person. And last note, the older you are, the more of an advantage you have. Most people that we work with that are, I'd say 40 to 60, I'm old, I don't know how this stuff works, so it's not for me, right? You have the advantage. There are less 40, 50, and 60-year-olds on social media than there are 20 to 40-year-olds. So how can you become the person in that age space that people your age look at and go to, they're killing it. Like James, Derek, Coach, you guys are killing it. You're motivating. Tommy, you're killing it. You're killing it. So it pulls people out of the woodworks. Take the relationships offline. Put some effort into a brand. Get an iPhone at the very least, and just put some effort into it. I promise you, if you work with a media team or not, just you putting up clear content, showing those angles of your life, and being transparent with who you are and what you're doing, you will get business from it.